Hello, my name is Keshwani. It's Keshwani, Keshwani. We are here because we want to prepare for the GMAT. We have been solving GMAT math problems out of this book here, GMAT Review, the official guide, the 13th edition. If you do not own this book already, purchase one immediately. You're going to need it. The problem that we are about to solve is the one that you will find on page number 154. Page 154, number 15. Let's take a look at it. Turn to page number 154 and read the question to yourself. It says, at the supermarket, John spent half of his money on fruit. Alright, so you spend half on fruit. Then we are told that he spent a third of his money. He spent a third of his money on meat. And then he spent a tenth of his money on bakery product. And then we are told that he spent the remaining $6 on candy. The question simply is, what did he spend? What did he spend in total? That's all. Very simple. Very simple, very straightforward. So let's find out these fractions that they're giving us, the half and the third and the tenth. Let's see what it adds up to as a fraction of his total amount. And once we have that total fraction, we'll take it, 1 minus that total fraction will be the fraction that he spent on candy. And we know that that fraction is worth $6. Let's do it here. 1/2 plus a third plus a tenth. So that's your fruit, this is your meat, and this is your bakery. Let's find the common denominator. Common denominator is going to be 30. 30 divided by 2 is 15. How many 3's in a 30? That's 10. How many 3's in a 10? That's 3. So we get 15 plus 10 is 25. 25 plus 3 is 28. So we get 28 over 30, which is same as, let's see what can we reduce here, which is same as 14 over 15. If you were to reduce it by 2, if you were to divide the top and the bottom by 2, we get 14 over 15. Now what does that tell us? That 14 over 15 tells us, this implies that he spent 1/15 of his total money on candy. Because this adds up to 14/15, and we are told that he spent the rest of his money on candy. The rest of the remaining $6 is how they put it. We are told that the rest of the remaining $6 he spent on candy, which means the $6 represents 1/15 of his total amount, because he spent 14/15 on these three categories, on the fruit, on the meat, and on the bakery product. So 1/15 equals $6. So 1/15 of his total amount, let's call it X, equals $6. Multiply both sides by 15 and that's it. X equals 6 times 15. X equals 6 times 15. 6 times 5, 6 5s are 30, so that's 0. Carry 3, and 6 1s are 6. 3 plus 6 is 9. So it looks like he spent a total of $90 in the supermarket, of which the $6 were spent on candy, which represents the 1/15 of his total amount. That's all. That's it, we're done. The answer is 90. You want to do one more? Let's do one more. Let's see, we are done with this particular one. I'll give you a second. This is the time when I pick up my cup and have a sip of my tea, but I forgot to bring my cup down. It's still day number 17, obviously. That's not what I meant to do. Let's do the next question. Question number 16. It says, on Monday, a person mailed 8 packages weighing an average of 12 3/8. Alright, so we have 8 packages with the average of we have 8 parcels with the average of 12 and 3/8 pounds. This was on Monday. On Tuesday, the guy sent another 4 parcels. The guy spent another 4 parcels with the average of 15 and 1/4 pound. 15 and 1/4 pound. You know what I just realized? I'll tell you that at the end. I'm just looking at the answer choices and I just realized, it just dawned on me of how ridiculous the answer choices are. The answer choices that they give you are completely and thoroughly insane. I'll tell you at the very end why. If you know what to look for, there is not much you have to do there. You don't have to do any work at all. But we're going to do the work anyway first, and then I'll tell you what I have in mind. They're simply asking you what is the average of these 12 packages. That's all it is. What's the average weight of these 12 packages? In other words, they're looking for this is just a weighted average problem. We're looking for the concept of weighted average. So we just take the weight. 8 times 12 and 3/8 plus 4 times 15 and 1/4 over 12. That's all. That's all we have to figure out. As simple as that. Let's do it then, shall we? 8 2s are 16. 6 carry 1. One more time. I'm going to point out as I do it. 8 2s are, learn how to do this without a calculator. 8 2s are 16. 6 carry 1. 8 1s are 8 plus 1 is 9. And 8 3/4 are going to be 3. 8 3/4 are going to be 3. Similarly, 4 5s are 20. 0. Carry 2. 4 plus 4 1s are 4 plus 2 is 6. Of course, this one was very easy because 15 4s are 60. It's very simple. This wasn't that simple. If somebody asks you how much is 12 times 8, well, if they ask you how much is 12 times 8, just because the person is asking you how much is 12 times 8 does not mean that you have to do 12 times 8. You do it step by step. 8 2 8s are 16, 6, carry 1, and 8 1s are 8, 8 plus 1 is 9. Voila. You do the unit digit and then do the 10 digit. That's it. This is 60, and then 4/4 are going to be 1. 4/4, you see? So there are 3 parts that we're doing. 4/4 are going to be 1. That's where this one comes from. This one represents 4/4, and then 4 15s are 60. And here, 8 3/4, 8 of them will be 3, and 8 2s are 16, 6, carry 1, 8 1s are 8, plus 1 is 9, that's all, divided by 12. Is that right? Divided by 12, exactly. Let's first do it out before we worry about dividing by 12. So it's 99 plus 61, carry 1, 160. So it's 160 divided by 12. Let's do it here. 160 divided by 12. Oh, I should erase all of this thing. 160 divided by 12. How many 12 in a 16? 16 has 1 12. 16 has 1 12. Remaining 4, it goes and joins this guy. It becomes 40. Listen. 16 has 1 12, so we cross out the 16 and put a 1 there. The remaining 4 goes and joins this guy, becomes 40. How many 12s in a 40? 3 12s are 36. We know that. 3 12s are 36. So you cross out the 3 and put down 3 there. So that takes care of 36. We have a remainder of 4. So it's 13 and 4 12. 13 and 4 12 is same as 13 and 1/4 or 1/3? 1/3. 13 and 1/3. 13 and 1/3, because 4 divided by 12 is 3. 13 and 1/3. That's it, that's your answer. I should have erased all this work that we did before, but that's okay. See? 8 2s are 16, 6, carry 1, 8 1s are 9, 8 1s are 8, plus 1 is 9, and then 8 3/4 are 3. Similarly here, this is 60, 15 4s are 60, and 4 quarters are 1. And that's where we got these two numbers. That's where we got 160 from. The answer is 13 and a third. Now let me tell you why these answer choices are ridiculous. How can I explain it? I need the room. I'm going to have to erase some of this stuff. You see, we have 4 packages of 15 and a quarter. And we have 8 packages of 12 and 3/3. If we had 6 packages of 15 and a quarter and 6 packages of 12 and 3/3, the average would have been exactly in the middle. Average would have been exactly in the middle, whatever that happens to be. But that's not the point where I'm trying to make here. The point here is that the correct answer, the overall average of the 6 packages, whatever the hell it is, it cannot be above 15 and quarter. And in other words, the overall average of a whole bunch of number, listen very carefully, the overall average of a whole bunch of number can never be greater than the biggest number in the group. It is not possible. The average of a whole bunch of number can never be greater than the greatest number in the group. And it can never be lower than the lowest number in the group. Which means the average is not going to be above 15 and a quarter. The overall average is not going to be above 15 and a quarter. Overall average is not going to be below 12 and 3/4. So it's got to be between these two range. And if you look at the answer choices, they give you 15 and a half, they give you 15 and 15/15, they give you 15 and 15/16, and they give you 16 and a half. Who the hell is picking these answer choices? The answer has to be either A or a B, and A is very close to 14 pounds and B is very close to 13 pounds. What you do at that point is you pick either one or the other and try it out. You either pick 13 or 14. I'm going to pick 13, see what happens. So what is 13 times 8? 13 times 8 is 4, carry 2, 8 plus 2 is 124, 4, carry 2, 8, 104. Sorry, not 13 times 8. We don't have 8 packages, we have 12 packages, which is why 104 was so far off from 160, you see? We have 12 packages. 13 times 12. 12 3s are 36, 3 carry 6, 12 1s are 12, and 12 plus 6 is 18. You see 180. 36, 3 carry 6, 12 plus 6 is 18. Something is not right. We came up with a total weight of 160. This is 183, and we are assuming the average of 13. As a matter of fact, we already know the correct average is 13 and a third, which means this sum actually has to be lower than 160. It is not lower, it is more than 160. What is going on here? We are assuming that the overall average is 13 and we have 12 packages. I'm not multiplying it correctly, something is not right. Oh sorry, I'm multiplying. Watch what happens, see if you can understand. I'm not paying attention, that's what's going on. Okay, pay attention, see what happens. It is what I should have been doing is 12. I'm multiplying 12 times 3. 12 times 3 is 36. 12 times 3 is 36. What I actually wrote down was 63. You see, 12 times 3 is 36. 6 should have gone there and 3 should have gone up there. That's what's wrong. 12 3s are 36. 6 carry 3, and 12 1s are 12 plus 3 is 15. Voila, you see, 156. Since we came up with 156 and the total was 160, that tells us that the answer is not B, it is A. One more time I'm going to explain to you the second method of doing it, the unconventional method of doing this problem. This was a very conventional method. The unconventional method of doing this problem would have been to realize immediately, right off the bat, to realize that the answer choices C, D and E are absolute balderdash. They're rubbish. They're nonsensical. The overall average of 12 packages, cannot be more than the heavier packages. The average of the heavier packages, which is 15 1/4, and the overall average cannot be below 12 3/8. Any answer choice that falls outside that range is wrong. We can cross out C, B, and E, which means the contest is between A and B. Are you with me so far? The real contest is between A and B. A says 13 1/3. I'm not crazy about this 1/3, so I just pretended it was 13. And B says 13 16. Now, had I chosen to work with B, I would have pretended that 13 16 is actually 14. I chose A. So I'm pretending the overall average is 13. I'm asking myself what would have happened if that were the case. So you multiply 13 by 12 and you get 156. We are only 4 pounds off. You see, we found out that the overall weight of the 12 packages was 160 pounds. We are only 4 pounds off. That tells me that the correct answer is in fact very close to 13 pounds. It is not going to be close to 14 pounds. And answer choice B is very close to 14 pounds. The answer is A. That's it. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Bye now.